So welcome into the Spiel. You know, I've put a lot of thought into this, and I think I've come to the conclusion that we have to go to a daily, guys. If you can see the faces of these individuals, and I'm like, we should do this show daily. Do you know why? This is why, Rob. Listen to me.
Nope.
I mean, nope, Angie, we're not doing it. No. But here's the deal. I have so much that I want to talk to our viewers about, right? And you guys about. And then something else happened, so I can't talk about that thing anymore. There's just not enough time. You want to reconsider? Or?
Well, no, it takes more than 40 hours.
So is that a firm no?
That's a firm no.
It's a firm no. Okay. All right, well, anyway, I'm going to get to what...
Let's do it!
Let's do it, Lucas. Lucas is like, man, I'm ready. Wicka, wicka. He's on the set. Not that you ever do that, but I just... Sorry. Yeah. Tell me what time this is marked right here. This text message. What time does that say?
4:54 a.m.
4:54 a.m. Would you care to guess who that might be from?
Oh, I saw who it's from.
Uh-huh. Yeah. Mr. Getting a little too big for his britches. That's who that is. All right. Tim Astilos, our TV and film critic, thought at 4:54 this morning that he would advise me, hey, Ange, in 2 weeks, in an in-person interview with 007 himself, Daniel Craig from LA for world premiere of his Knives Out sequel. Are you guys pumped? Yeah. Was it worth him texting me at 4:54?
Yes. Yeah, absolutely.
Yeah, so 007 himself, Daniel Craig, will be on the Spiel from LA with Tim. I think we go. We pack the show up and go. And so I'm really thinking about this 4:54 a.m. thing, and do I talk about it on the show, which obviously I just did, and then guess what else happens? 6:33 a.m. A phone call from my physician's office. Okay, hey Ange, we're just confirming that you have an appointment at 12:15 today. At 6:33 a.m.
Unreal.
Are there just no boundaries anymore? Have we just, you know what, people, just whenever I feel like calling you or texting you, that's what I'm going to do. You better believe Tim Astilos is going to get a text. What do you think's a good time, like 3 a.m.?
3:03.
3:03. Tim? Actually, let's all do it at 3:03. Let's set our alarms to text Tim at 3:03.
No, 1 minute apart.
1 minute apart. This is going to be great. This is going to be fantastic. Okay, so I do need to say thank you to Ryan Patrick, who filled in last week. You guys think he did a good job, right? Yeah, well, he's also a show-off, right? He's a show-off. I mean, so he's been on these big stages, right? He acts. I mean, what else? He's like a big-time podcaster for MASH, met all the characters, has like some scripts. I mean, really nice stuff, right? Loves cheese. Did you see his expression? Like when he's like, cheese. I mean, it was a little, come on, Ryan. The cheese thing, dude, like 7 times. I think he said cheese or felt one with the cheese. Yeah. So anyway, but here's the deal, Ryan. Okay, so I acted in a commercial this week. They didn't use any of the acting, but I acted, right? I tried. So we're gonna talk about that too. We're gonna use this show just to recap what happened this week because we can't go to a daily. So anything I was gonna talk about before, I can't talk about anymore. But we're gonna talk about enterprising women. We're just back from Clearwater, Florida, and let me tell you, this just confirms what I say all along that everybody needs what we do on the other side of the house, the marketing ad agency, growing media. But everybody,
clap your hands.
No. This is why we have to go to a daily, because you guys can't remember from week to week. Everyone has a story. And it's our job to be the stage for that story. And I'm telling you, we've got some really cool stories to share. As usual, we have a phenomenal interview, which, by the way, our own Emily Marlowe killing it last week with the pumpkin, right? That was big time. I mean, Emily was I felt bad for the interviewer because he was trying to ask some cool questions. Emily just shut him down. She's like, that is not true.
I don't know anything about pumpkins. They're a gourd, right?
They're a squash.
Oh, they're not a gourd?
Yes, a pumpkin's a fruit.
So,
Now, wait a minute. I always thought they were a gourd.
no.
So we've got some music. I mean, we got a great musical guest. We're going to spiel it in the kitchen, which means we get to eat. I mean, we have all sorts of things to get to. So should we just dive on in? We're going to go to the break. Stay right there.
I learned about podcasting. I thought, I could probably do something like that. So I started recording stories of firefighters, paramedics.
When you were directing me and telling, I thought I nailed it.
Yeah,
know?
you were playing Angie,
Yeah.
and I needed you to play
Failed at it miserably.
awe-inspired tourist.
Everything that I learned here gave me confidence to actually start working on other people's cars.
And if you don't feel like you know something, they'll teach you. You never feel like there's something you can't do.
Getting, the fundamentals I need to apply when I go into the field. I know I'll probably have a job before I even leave the program.
You're going for a degree, it's 2 years. That is a short span to learn, and classes are fast. Get you in, get you out, and get you the knowledge.
So what you were just watching is a commercial by Growing Media.
Yeah.
Did you know this?
What?
Yeah.
Is that where we are?
Growing Media, the same production group that is responsible for
This hat?
the hat, the Spiel,
Yeah.
the show.
Yeah.
Some people may not know that every commercial within the Spiel is produced by
Growing media.
your hat. It's produced by your hat.
Yeah.
Yeah. So Jacob is one of the geniuses here at Growing Media and also working on the show. You do a lot of behind the scenes stuff for us, but you're kind of a tough director. You really are. So
I require a lot from my actors.
yes, you do.
Yeah.
And the pay is just garbage, really.
Yeah, well, when you're not union.
No, so, it is interesting. All of the people that we've had on set of the show, they'll tell you it's a great experience. Like,
Yeah.
we make it very comfortable for them. What people may not realize is the show is designed to entertain, make people forget they're on television.
Yeah, it's very naturalistic.
Yeah.
It's not really meant to be directed too
Right.
much, especially when most people are here to promote themselves and their own personalities. almost.
Correct.
Yeah.
Just have a conversation with us.
Yeah, but the commercial shoot, you're right, a little bit different.
Yeah. So I want to talk about the fact that you chose not to use any of the shots
That had your face in it?
Well, my face. You didn't use my face. You didn't use when you were directing me and telling. I thought I
Yeah.
nailed it. Like I thought
Yeah.
I really got the.
Yeah,
know.
you were playing Angie,
Yeah.
and I needed you to play
Failed at it miserably.
awe-inspired tourist.
An
so I had-
awe-inspiring tourist
yeah.
walking into the Wyndham,
Walking into the Wyndham and breathing in that air and just
into the Enterprising Women Gala.
Yeah, and so I needed you to walk in and look into the lobby and feel inspired and feel excited. You're on vacation. You finally made it. You have no bags. Somehow you didn't
I
walk
had
in with
no
any
bags. None. I travel very light.
You're right. You walked in as you are a girl boss, and so you walked in just completely unfazed to the 5-star atmosphere of this hotel.
Did I?
Yeah,
I think I was just nervous. the
Well,
cameras.
well, you walked in like you'd been there before, which is how you always should walk into every business
Well, I
situation.
had been there for 2 days.
Exactly.
Yeah.
The acting really needed to come from just the facade of having never been there. you
Yeah.
know?
So when and if they have the pleasure of working with GM, and when I say that,
Yeah.
I'm talking about my team here. Like
Yes.
it is a pleasure because you guys do make it easy. But what is it from a director's standpoint that you try to get accomplished when you're telling that story? It's not that you want to be bossy. You can just already see it in your head. Or what are you doing?
I find that the worst way to direct is to tell people, oh, say it like this or do it like this. I think you're trying to funnel the idea through them. And so regardless of whether you want it or not, the actor is going to have a say in how it turns out, especially in having a say in how it's experienced and lived through. And so you can try and, no, say it like this, no, do it like this, but at the end of the day, you need what they're there to do, which is
That's
to
why
act.
you cast them.
Yeah,
That's why you cast them in certain roles.
Yeah, and so you really need to just make sure that they are aware of what mindset that they should be in. Like with you, it was less about, all right, I want you to make these faces. It was, I want you to feel like you've never been here before and that you're extremely grateful to be here and happy.
Oh, 100%.
And, yeah, exactly.
It was beautiful space.
Yeah, but like I said, it was you were there in a much more of a business setting, so it was very much like I said,
we've got a 30-second commercial.
we have a 30
Let's
second.
get it done.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah, but you know, it was a great experience. We'll be back. The Wyndham, Clearwater Beach, Florida, super nice. So I wanted to give you a chance. You've been working on a film, and we've talked about it, and we've had you, but I think we're getting close to being able to watch it.
Yeah, very close. I'm very excited.
Okay. So when are we going to air it here on the Spiel? Or maybe we can't air it on the Spiel. We're going to have like
viewer discretion advised. if it were to be aired on the Spiel, it's not like hyper violent or anything like that. But it is the horror short film. So, like I said, the viewer discretion
reach
is
out
advised.
if you have a beautiful theater room.
We will
in your
let you
home,
guys know.
And we're
trust
happy
me.
to come to your home, and we can maybe debut it.
Yeah, and we can screen it, and you can watch it between your fingers as you.
Okay, anything else you want to share in the way of being enterprising, inspiring, creating the art of television, beautiful picture? You got something going on viral again, I think, on TikTok. Or...
There's always content being made.
Yeah.
You know, there's always fun to be had. But yeah, I don't know. I think just whenever you're watching something like that, just know that more work went into it than you probably think. And even if it's an ad that maybe doesn't apply to you, I'm sure there's something that you can find in it that does. And that's what we try to do here at Growing Media.
Take a bow. Bravo. Job well done. All right, we'll be right back. A lot to get to. There you go.
The podcast is called Brave Conversations. This happened to somebody, and this is the journey they went through. And sometimes it's drugs, it's alcohol, it's everything else. And they come out the other end. And then this is what actually God did in their life, that there was hope.
There's something about the boards and even the tables, like we do grazing tables all the time, and when everything's just spilling over into each other like this here, it just looks way better.
It's the weekend and your symptoms are worsening. The morning of a big meeting and you have a bigger sore throat. Ever experienced that urgency after picking up your sick child and your community health center has already closed? You will be able to connect to a provider at crhpc.org. Even if you have never been to CRHPC, you are welcome to utilize our services. Feel better after scheduling a video visit with CRHPC.
Hey guys, welcome back to the Spiel. It's me, it's Lucas. I'm back, as per usual. Today we're gonna show you a really cool product that was sent to us at the Spiel. If you guys have a product that you would like, people to see, for it to be on TV, for it to be on the Spiel, reach out to us. There's gonna be some links like here somewhere. Rob, please do that. Reach out to us and we would love to review your product, show it to the world, and get your dream out there. So, what we got up today is the Spade ear cleaner, okay? This is by Axel Glade, And this thing's outrageous. So let's get this thing open. Look at this thing. This looks like it's from the future. It looks like it comes with a charging cable, lots of little different ear cleaning pieces. It literally looks like I'm about to perform surgery on myself. I'm slightly terrified and also excited. So one of the coolest things about this is that it actually has a camera built in. You can download the app to your phone. I think it's Android or Apple. And then there is usually a Wi-Fi. All right, boom, we're in. Okay, so as you can see on my phone right now, I'm gonna take this to my ear. What the heck? You can just see in your ear canal. This is blowing my mind. Do I need to shave my ears? Is that a thing? I just turned 30. Did I not have hairy ears before, but I do now? I don't know. Anyways, yeah, this is insane. And so you can get in here with all the little tools and the little pieces and just get your ear completely cleaned out, keep them from getting clogged. This is like revolutionary and completely blowing my mind, and I can't wait to use this more. So again, go check out Axle Glade, check out the Spade ear cleaning device. This thing is insane.
We have the TRIO program. It's a federally grant-funded program, and it serves students that are first-generation college students and/or has a disability. But I think the biggest, most significant advantage of the TRIO program is the mentoring services, because instead of having to go to several different offices, you have one mentor here that you can come to with any question that you might have.
Marian Medical Mission's purpose is to share the love of Christ with the extreme poor in Africa. We do this through the WELL program by providing a sustainable source of safe drinking water while working hand in hand with our African partners. No overhead or administrative costs are deducted unless so designated by the donor. Be part of the solution. Go to mmmwater.org to donate.
Tom Mann, take one.
Tom Mann, everybody, my man. Do you get tired of hearing that when people are like, my man,
No.
Tom
It was
Mann.
always, hey man, in school, and you know, you're
Man,
going, what? Yeah, no, it's all
It's
right.
been a while.
Yeah.
Good to see you
Yeah.
again.
Hands are cold, hearts warm.
See, I love that. So we worked together like many moons ago in television. We were both famous. You remember that back then, way back when?
Yeah, that's true.
Treated so well, like the dressing room every day. It just got really tiring, didn't it?
Oh, yeah.
The green
yeah.
M&Ms, all that good stuff.
Oh, yeah.
No, anyway, we have a career in television, both of us.
Yeah.
Voiceover work, man, you posted something the other day. You went to the archives on this one. How old was that commercial? Was that your first commercial you started?
No. That was like somewhere in the 90s. I used to do a lot of commercials back in the day.
We're rolling it now. We're showing people what the young Tom Mann was up to.
For some reason, I always was the young husband with some wife.
Right, carrying the big bag of
Yeah.
groceries. Oh, hi, honey.
Yeah, there's a lot of stories there about that.
And then you bought a car for how much? Like,
I
come
don't
buy
know
this
what
car.
it was. Yeah, it was
cheap.
It was cheap. And I think it was a Tercel.
Okay.
I wanted a Celica back in the day,
Oh,
so I was kind of disappointed it wasn't a Celica. So yeah, that's one of many. I did that. Started out in radio before that. I was in radio for 10 years straight in Memphis. So.
Boy, that's just been a phenomenal thing for you because your voice has just allowed you some really cool opportunities. So I brought you in because I noticed you were working on one podcast and having great success, and I loved those stories. And then you came in today and invited us to Australia because you're going to be a big star there on a podcast, right? So thanks for that, by the way. I mean, I knew that this would.
I'm glad you told me that. I didn't know about that.
I'm super excited about that opportunity that you don't even know that I've been presented yet. But talk about what it is that people can watch and listen for now from you.
Okay.
The new ventures.
The new ventures. Well, a few years ago, because of about 10 years of working in Memphis, I rode with firefighters and paramedics for years. My son became one. He's in special operations in Memphis now.
Wow.
I went to New York and I had this project called Emergency FD I started years ago. But when I left video project,
Okay, yeah.
and then when I left television and stopped my corporate work, shall we say, I was trying to figure out how can I do this, what I'm going to do with it. I want to resurrect this. My son encouraged me, but COVID hit.
Right.
And I learned about podcasting from who I'll talk about in a moment. But I thought, I could probably do something like that. So I started recording stories of firefighters, paramedics. And what I noticed, just like what my son was dealing with, a lot of PTSD.
Oh, yeah.
So many suicides with first responders, lasting effects of issues. And then I went through that because of some things I went through. I had to go through a big thing back in 2010 because of post-traumatic stress.
Right.
I'd seen so much, people burning to death. I'd seen people shot. I went to a mass shooting.
Things you're not supposed
people
to
I
see.
knew,
Right.
people that I worked with died going somewhere. Firefighters go in, they don't come back out. And when you see things and you experience those things, it's very difficult. So I thought, well, you can use the stories of firefighters. They talk to one another. So the focus is really on firefighters, tell their stories, and helps. And it's called Emergency FD Storyline. And that kind of went everywhere. And we're still doing that. And then while that was going on, I got a phone call from another person I worked with. Who ironically, she worked at Australia. I worked in the U.S. We worked at a different network. Actually the same network, but she worked two different places, and we kind of stayed in touch. She called me.
She liked the way you sound, didn't she?
Yeah, she did. She liked the way I sounded is what it was, Tennessee. But what it was, she called me up one day and she said, listen, would you mind voicing the fronts and the intros and outros for my podcast?
For an Australian podcast?
Yeah, and this is how I got the idea of a podcast. I said, what's a podcast? Honestly, I didn't know what it was. And she said, you're kidding. I said, no, I'm a radio TV guy. What is a podcast? I don't know what these things are.
Right.
And she said, well, in this case, you just think of it like a radio talk show. And I'm like, oh, why don't you say that? And so anyway, that's how I got into podcasting.
Sure.
So we were doing that. And about a year into that, she called me back and we were talking. She said, listen, would you mind co-hosting with me? And I'm like, you want me, an American guy, to co-host in Australia? What for? And she said, well, it's the novelty of it. And she said, I need a male-female perspective. And she has a ministry called Brave Enough. And it's pretty amazing. She tells stories and really deep subjects, everything from addictions,
Suicide
death,
prevention.
suicide prevention,
Right.
everything, anything you can imagine. And she has a phrase, it was that every story matters. Your story matters, every story matters.
Amen.
And so we started working with that. She said, I need we want the male-female perspective. She's a trained counselor, everything.
Right.
So I'm like, okay, so you want a male perspective? She said, because sometimes you can ask the questions that I don't get.
Right.
And I said, well, vice versa,
Right.
How do you feel? A scary one for me.
So when you start negotiating these things, there's truly that room you go into with these individuals and tell us where you are with that and maybe offer some encouragement for people out there who have their own works that maybe want to get them on the air.
Oh, well, where we are now with it is that after we've been retooling and working on it, doing a lot of recording for a long time, we've got an opportunity to be picked up by a big podcast network, and it's kind of nice. It's kind of like, we'll pay you, we'll do all the work for you, we'll market it, we'll do everything, but we like it. It's like peanut butter and jelly. We like the fact she's in Australia, you're here.
I love how you threw in, well, it's going to take many trips to Australia. We're going to have to be together. And they're like, yeah, that's no biggie.
Yeah.
It's like,
So, and then the kind of thing, and we want our spouses with us too, so we do that, and so we're working on doing that now, and that's pretty soon. All that's going to be out there. Everybody will know all about it. And the podcast is called Brave Conversations. It's out there now, and it's being retooled and redone, and it's nice because you hear some pretty intense stories, and they're good. But the whole idea is that you hear, it's like, this happened to somebody, or this something, let's say somebody was sexually abused, molested as a child, and this is the journey they went through. And sometimes it's drugs, it's alcohol, it's everything else. And they come out the other end. And then this is what actually God did in their life, that there was hope and all of that.
Absolutely.
So that's...
And hearing that story, they realize whomever may be listening, I'm not alone.
Exactly.
That person went
and
through
that's
it too.
really what it is. But the other thing is you come out on the other end of this and you can impact others. Because
what it's
the
all
key
about.
thing is, I think in our business, a lot of people, it's about me. No, it's not. If you can take the gifts and the things God's given you and you use those to help others, that's the whole purpose,
Very well said. Very well said.
It's about relationships.
I like you.
Relationships above and relationships with one another.
So true.
And
So
walking
true.
people through things.
So true. And not being afraid to put yourself, that's, for a lot of people, that's the scary part is, man, I got to open up here. I got to put myself out in a way that, you're vulnerable. But the payoff has just been there too many times, there could be some ugly things. Some people can say some things that might hurt your feelings or whatever, but use that to make yourself stronger, use it to strengthen yourself.
And you go, I both know this because we've both gone down roads that have been very difficult. For me, I had bankruptcy, and lost businesses, bad divorce.
I wrote a children's book and lost my job.
Yeah.
I think that's the first time I said that publicly. Look at what you just did for me. Man, I just
That's 'cause
opened
you're sitting here with me.
I'm Angie, and I wrote a children's book, and it cost me another.
Where's
long time.
Angie? No.
Yeah, exactly. That was the question.
But that's one of those things, things work out differently. And what you think about, I think about the things you were doing back in the day.
Absolutely.
You're sitting here because of that.
Right.
And so, everything's a step. And, you're here talking to folks and they're telling their stories. You're able to hear that have a positive effect on other people, and it's really good.
We want to do it in Australia though with you. We would just remember us.
Okay.
We have cameras. You look nice.
We'll be doing it here too. We're going to be here and there, so it's both.
Well, I adore you. I'm a big fan.
Me too, Angie.
I will continue to follow along, and we'll see each other in Australia. It'll be great. Rob, did I plug that enough? You're Aussie bound, baby. Well, thanks again, and we appreciate you coming out and spending this morning with us.
That's good. Thanks, Angie.
All right, and we'll be right back.
Charcuterie was actually something I wasn't even gonna be getting into when I started catering, but my sister wanted it for her wedding shower, and she got what she wanted.
You wear cowgirl boots, you're trying way too hard, but you better love that Hank Williams Jr. song.
Can you ask the camera, do you think the show's going well?
Okay.
Ready?
Yep.
Whenever you're ready.
So do you think the show's going well?
Was that stupid?
Kind of cute.
One of the things we do for the communities we serve is we offer free physical, sports and school physicals, and dental care. As you know, children, as they start entering their ages to go into school, they have to have a free exam.
We want to give back. We live here, our families live here, our children go to school here, our grandchildren. This is where our roots are. We give back, and that's what this CRHPC is about, is giving back.
I'm Brandon Stover, and I am the lead criminal justice instructor here at John A. Logan College. I worked in law enforcement for an extended period of time before I came here to teach criminal justice at John A. Logan.
I would say it's very inspiring, especially since he's dabbled and dabbled in multiple things within the corrections field, and he can tell us real life stories about his experience. It's really encouraging, and it really just pushes and motivates me to really want to go into the field.
Spiel kitchen, take one.
So what you're looking at right now is a picture of myself and the chef at Ocean High, and that's down at Clearwater Beach, Florida, inside the Wyndham there. Phenomenal chef, really good. This particular day, they were changing menus, and I guess we were some of the first to experience this, and as I often do, I said, whatever the chef would like to prepare. And I was super surprised when he gave me this. And we're spieling it in our Prairie Farms kitchen here with, yes, you know who you are, Kyler. And now I know, and I know. I knew it all along. Did you know your name?
Who knows?
What's my name?
So we're here today in the Prairie Farms kitchen. And
we're spieling it in our Prairie Farms kitchen with Kyler, and he owns Cutting Edge Catering and eatery, and you also like to use the term, I had never heard this before, light bites.
Yeah.
Brilliant. You've been around a long time doing this, haven't you?
For a minute.
A minute, yeah. So it's beautiful first off, because what you eat with your eyes first.
You do, yes.
Yeah, so give us a little backstory on the business and what you're known for in this art of charcuterie here. Just tell us all that.
So charcuterie was actually something I wasn't even gonna be getting into when I started catering, but my sister wanted it for her wedding shower, and she got what she wanted.
Aww.
And we tried to get her to do, you know, like maybe some pastas or a different like sandwich boards and stuff like that, but she really wanted charcuterie. And when I posted it on our Facebook page, we usually get like 1,000 to 1,500 views on our post, and that one got like 15,000 views. And I was like, this is added to the menu.
Something.
So yeah, we had already been open and going for like 6 to 8 months, and like gotten some pretty, you know, good feedback on items, but the charcuterie really just kind of took off from there, and that's been almost 2 years ago. And
do you remember pre-COVID popular, but post-COVID everybody's like, oh, I don't know, I need my individual cup, or, you know, but we're back, baby.
Yeah,
we're back on the board, which I love.
Yeah, and I think the cups look great, but there's something about the boards and even the tables, like we do grazing tables all the time, and when everything's just spilling over into each other like this here, it just looks way better.
It's beautiful.
Like,
it's artwork. It really is. And I love your story. So and everyone watching, young, old, whatever, if you have a passion, if you have something you want to do, it's amazing what happens when you just get up and take some steps towards a goal, right?
Yeah, absolutely.
It can happen.
Yeah.
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 See it as being it.
I sold mattresses and furniture for 2 years and wanted to do this.
And you were 14 at the time, right?
Basically, yeah, I was 8 or whatever.
He was 8.
And so I sold
that.
that for 2 years about, and then I was like, I really would like to do cooking. I would really like to do catering. And I was like, let's just open it and do it. You know, maybe we'll get an event a month. And that was 2 years, October. And it's kind of spiraled out of control since then.
I would say
it's
so. Beautiful. And, you know, more people are having parties and people love to eat. So guess what, my friend? You have a sustainable business here. The seal of approval. So outside of the charcuterie, your menu is great. You have a lot of things that are not only, they're good for you, but they're also very filling. Okay, so what else are we gonna do today?
So I met Smitty, who owns Fire Up Jelly Shaves. I've seen him on here before.
They're great. They're great.
I met him through my BNI group, and I not stopped using his product since. And then whenever I opened my eatery, I'd always used them for charcuterie, but when I opened the eatery, I was like, what's some ways that I can incorporate these awesome products? And one day I was actually I was gonna make a vinaigrette with this one, and once I got it like blended and I had some seasonings in it, I was like, this smells like wings. It needs to be on wings. So I literally ran to the store mid-rush, and my other chefs hate me, mid-rush to get some more jelly and some more wings, and I got them back. And I think that weekend we wound up selling like over 150 wings because they just,
I love that.
yeah, they just went over really, really great.
You want me to lick that bowl, or are you
If you
good?
need to, I think, because I'm not going to be able to.
I'm good. Oh, the aroma. The smell, it's just they come running for this, don't they? Yeah.
And what's crazy, I love both the cinnamon peach and the strawberry, but on charcuterie, like the strawberry is my favorite because to me it has a spicier flavor.
Okay.
It's good with the salami, the cheeses, whatnot, but cooking it somehow brings out the sweeter strawberry. It still has that hit, but then the cinnamon peach is spicier on the wings than what, so I found that kind of interesting.
I love that.
I like saucy wings, so.
Saucy, I do too. Like dripping
Gotta have
off,
them
right?
dripping, yeah.
Because you don't ever want to be accused of having like dry wings.
No.
That would be ridiculous.
I need to look like I'm like wearing it by the time it's done, you know, like it's gotta be a good saucy.
Like, you know.
I should.
So can I take those and like sample while you're doing the others as well? Thank you. I knew I liked you from like the first time.
From the first.
From the first moment you didn't know my name. I knew it was
I knew it was. So personally, I like the strawberry more, but we get a lot of great feedback from the cinnamon peach. Like they're
friend.
They're very, very popular.
Winner. I see exactly what you're talking about though with the strawberry.
Yeah.
Is there?
It gives a nice
crazy.
sweet before the heat comes, and it kind of sneaks up on you a little bit. little bit later.
You're so wise to be, what are you, 13 now?
Yes, yes.
That's crazy.
Tomorrow.
Do you know I want to eat this whole bowl, but these guys are staring at
They're
me like it's a death
they're glaring.
stare. Oh, they're
They're
like, we will hurt you if you eat
It's almost like when, and if you're watching like wild African videos, like where the tiger's eating,
Yes.
but like the laughing
Yes.
hyenas are all surrounding. Like
They're
I really
waiting.
want some of that. But yes, there's the cinnamon peach habanero,
Okay.
and these do have a little bit more of a kick than the strawberry.
Is that powdered sugar?
No, it's a cornstarch to thicken the sauce up just a little bit.
Oh, that's what you use
Yeah.
it for. Okay. Okay.
Because
Yeah,
after we mix it and then we break it down in the pan, it won't thicken back up very well. But
I can't choose.
you can't.
They're so good, both of them, for different reasons. So I'll probably need you to come back and like cook them maybe one more time.
Again,
And then,
yeah, absolutely.
Man, it really gets you on the backside though. This
It
one's
does.
a little hotter.
That
than
one
that.
does, yeah. Which, like I was saying, is so surprising because eating them cold is completely opposite to me. The strawberry habanero has that kick, and the peach is very laid back to me.
Well, this is your stage. I mean, you're brilliant. I love you. I'm a fan. What else would you like to tell our viewers?
Keep shopping local.
Oh.
You can find these great jellies here in Carbondale. I think Walker's Bluff has them. A lot of stores have them.
I think
Use
you've
Bake
just
Me
named like
Happy,
7
like-
businesses total on this show, and that's what we're all about here.
Yeah.
So, all right. Well, thank you so much for your time.
Yes, absolutely. Thanks for
You're
having
an
me.
absolute genius. I'm very impressed. You're articulate. Sealy, the mattress company, good job starting that for them.
Thank you.
And
Yeah,
just
yeah, you're welcome,
Take a bow.
Sealy. So thank you.
There it is.
So-
Okay. Well, thank you so much.
yes, thank you.
And we'll be right back.
That's like my passion. I love writing here, but also it's like this pull for Nashville and this pull for like the country scene. But I love the influence from everywhere.
It's all family owned. The owners of Prairie Farm are the farmers, the dairy farmers. They own Prairie Farms.
I highly recommend starting at a community college such as John A. because we are a smaller step for the transition to college. It's a big transition for anybody, and a lot of times for students with disabilities, it's an even bigger transition. And so we have a great student success center here where we have a staff that's dedicated to really helping that student succeed.
My dad came here in the early 50s and started. My name's John Smith. My brother Terry and I have Smith Dairy Farm. We're producers of milk for Prairie Farms Dairy. We're outside at 4:30 in the morning. Cows need fed 365 days a year, and you learn the mannerisms of each animal. You learn who they are. Prairie Farms, they depend on us to be finished milking at a time when the truck's going to come to get the milk. We're all one big team.
Proudly farmer-owned.
It's part of what we've been raised to do.
Prairie Farms.
There's no way they're all here.
They're all here.
Are you kidding me? Toss me a straight jacket.
Thank you, Lucas.
And all the
Great on fish, great on beef. It's even good with chips.
Hey guys, I'm Michaela Lane and welcome to my tour bus. Okay.
They're experiencing your enthusiasm, your love.
What is it that you want to achieve every day? What is that footprint that you're trying to leave?
Hey guys, I'm Miranda Burry. This is my song Janice and Dolly. If you're from here, man, you get it. We all just wanna belong. No one quite knows where we fit in. We all wanna be someone. Strange living here in between, and I'll explain just what I mean. If you wear cowgirl boots, you're trying way too hard. But you better love that Hank Williams Jr. song. There's no way to please everybody, though you'll spend too much trying, living somewhere between Janice and Dolly. Been singing Bobby McGee in local bars since 16. Had my heart broke, I can't lie, by a Jolene look-alike. It's strange living here in between, and I'll explain just what I mean. If you wear cowgirl boots, you're trying way too hard, but you better love that Hank Williams Jr. song. There's no way to please everybody, though you'll spend too much time trying, living somewhere between Janice and Dolly. Busted flat, working 9 to 5. We're all trying to survive. Strange living here in between, and I'll explain just what I mean. If you wear cowgirl boots, you're trying way too hard, but you better love that Hank Williams Jr. song. There's no way to please everybody, though you'll spend too much time trying, living somewhere between Janice and Dolly. If you wear cowgirl boots, you're trying way too hard, but you better love that Hank Williams Jr. song. There's no way to please everybody, though you'll spend too much time trying, living somewhere between Janice and Dolly. Thank you guys.
So Miranda, after hearing your song, I truly felt like it was the female version of, you remember those guys we used to call drugstore cowboys? Right? Is that what it is? Like, girl, if you wearing boots, you're trying too hard. You're just the embodiment of cool.
Thank you.
I'm kind of jealous.
I don't know about all that, but thank you.
You look great and you have a great sound. I mean, what are you up to? What are you trying to do? You gonna be famous or what?
Well, I mean, that's the end goal for everybody,
That's the
I think.
end goal,
But
Angie.
no, I just went to Nashville. I'm recording an album right now. Hopefully it'll be out probably, I'd say, January, February. It's going to be acoustic, just me and my guitar.
Okay.
I'm super excited to show those songs and get those out in the world. And I just want to write and connect with people and meet people. And it sounds just fun. So
It's
I'm just
great.
rolling with it.
Yeah, you can't go wrong when you bring in the greats, when you talk about Dolly and those people in your songs, because, you know, that to me embodies real success. And it's, you know, you can have a flash in the pan, or you can have somebody who's had a career span as long as, you know, our parents' lives, our lives, and they're still doing it, you know, and that's to be commended. So I think what those people did, and I can tell you're doing this, make it your own. It is your story, it's your journey.
Yeah.
And what do you want people to know about in regards to that when it comes to you?
That's a tough question.
The stories,
That's a tough
I
question,
can
yeah.
tell the stories are.
I think like just being from the Midwest and writing music
Right.
here, and just how different it is from writing music anywhere else. And I that's like my passion. I love writing here, but also it's like this pull for Nashville and this pull for like the country scene, but there's also a pull for the other side. You know, I've played so many types of music in my life that I love the influence from everywhere, and I just enjoy doing it. So
You're not afraid to just turn that phone on and start talking to people. Is that difficult for you, or does it come naturally?
I think it's just the generation. I think it's just growing up constantly having that there, and it just being in front of you and not feeling so strange. I've had people say that before, like, man, you could just sit down and just talk to the camera like you're talking to a person. And I think it just comes from growing up with it and being a part of it for so long.
You were warming up to one of my favorites, Janis Joplin, and is that the feel of your show? If people go and watch it, will they
for
go
sure.
on that?
I end every one of my shows with Bobby McGee. It's a fan favorite, but I do a little bit of everything. Really, I try to throw some rock in there, some everything, alternative, but mostly country. That's where my heart lies. But I try to just involve everybody and get everybody kind of going with it. So we try to broaden the horizons with what I play live, but I do a lot of my originals live too. So
Mom is to be commended because she found these jeans, you said, in St. Louis, and I am just obsessed because
Thank you.
I thought maybe you had customize them, you're like, no, Angie, they can't.
I wish. I'd have a lot more money than I do right now.
But how long have you been doing this?
I've been writing and playing guitar since I was 12.
Wow.
I had my first gig at 16.
Okay.
I took probably a 5-year break when I was about, I'd say 22. And then I just got back about a year ago playing out again. So,
I mean, that makes you what?
28.
Okay. I had you pegged at like 23. You're looking
Oh,
great.
I love you.
You look good.
Thank you.
Well, we wish you the best. We'll
Thank you
most
so
certainly
much.
encourage people to follow along on your journey. And is there a place you prefer them to go?
I'm mainly active on my Facebook, Miranda Bury Music.
Okay.
But I have Instagram, TikTok, all the works. So follow me anywhere.
Awesome. Keep it up, girl.
Yay, thank you.
And if ever you were to get tired of the gym, not that I could fit in them,
Yes,
but
you
I would
could.
like to
I'll
try.
pass them on.
Okay, thank you.
Thank you.
And we'll be right back.
That's why people like to stay here. It's a plant that we're like a family here, and we enjoy each other.
We continue to offer individual outpatient therapy, family therapy. We also offer video visits. We basically want everybody to know that you're not alone. Going through this pandemic, going through any stress that happens, anxiety, depression, grief, we are here for you.
We all have vulnerabilities. It's highly treatable, highly manageable, and there is access. And we want to make it so easy that you just walk in and we'll take it from there.
The Student Success Center is an interesting place because it brings together several different resources for students. The Tutoring Center, the Writing Center, counseling, the TRIO program, and disability services. What's amazing is that one student may actually need all of those services, and now we can all work really well together to identify what the student needs, make sure that they get it quickly, and then work collaboratively to make sure that support system stays strong.
I started here in 1966, and it was right out of high school. I graduated in May, and I started here in July. And I just started in plant, started working my way up, and I got into management later on. And I just like what I'm doing, and I just kept doing it. And before I know it, it's 56 years.
Wow, that is a lifetime.
I don't even realize it's been that long.
Well, you mentioned today like how you've watched so many people come and go. That is difficult, especially when you work in what's considered a family environment.
Oh, yeah, it's, you see some people, you hate to see them leave, but you know it's best for them. There's reasons for it. There's a lot of people left here with 40 years of service and stuff like that. And the place is a good place to work, and that's why people like to stay here. It's a plant that we're like a family here, and we enjoy each other.
Well, and people everywhere enjoy what you do, because if you look around the walls and you see all the blue ribbons, and geez, this really speaks of your work and what you guys are doing here.
We've got a real good customer base. I mean, people, when they move away from around here and they get places like Florida or something, you get calls wanting to know, where can we buy Prairie Farms products? We can't find them down here. Well, we don't have any down there. It's a shame, but it's a little bit too far to go.
Yeah. Have you seen the evolution over time? I mean, you guys are continuing to grow and expand and offer new things. If you could just pick, a couple of bullet points along the way, the highlights of growth and real growth where you saw that expansion, what would that be for you?
Well, the company in itself has really expanded in the West. Just recently, we got 2 new locations in Texas, and we're starting to get a real big presence in Texas.
Okay.
And with the products we're doing now, we do a lot of Aldi accounts. And they're going all over the United States from this company right here. So, and we do a lot of product for them.
Wow. Talk about the Prairie Farms family, a farmer owned. It really is. You still rely on families.
It's all family owned. The owners of Prairie Farm are the farmers, the dairy farmers. They own Prairie Farms. And I think we've expanded a little bit. I think there's probably over 800 producers now. And it's really starting to be a big company.
That's awesome. What do you hope to see for Prairie Farms in the next 50 years?
I think they'll be around, and I think the products probably be about the same. I don't see no change in really a lot of changes unless.
If it ain't broke, don't fix it, right?
And, there's new products come along. They come and go. You've got to try them and hope they work. And if they don't, you go to a different one.
Right.
And that's what we've been doing in Prairie Farms in the last, 10 years probably. We've made a lot of new products.
You have, and we came here because we personally have to thank you. More than 10 years ago, we walked in here and said, hey, we want to do a TV show. What do you think about helping us do that? And because of you and because of Prairie Farms, we've been able to entertain people, and we want to thank you for that.
Yeah. You've done us a good job, and that's why we're still with you, you know, and I appreciate the things you do for Prairie Farms. I know we got the cooking show over there, and a lot of people comment on it to me.
Good. Well, the Spiel we're going to spiel in the kitchen, and some of the best chefs in the country come in and use your product, and it really began with you, and we thank you so much for believing in us.
I was glad to do it. There was no hesitating on my part at all.
Well, we wish you the very best, and you've earned this, and just enjoy your time.
Okay.
Thank you.
Thank you.
My name is Martha Peebles, and I'm the Associate Professor and Program Coordinator of the Medical Assistant Program here at John A. Logan. I think the best thing for me is seeing my students blossom and seeing them in their jobs as medical assistants. Students come to me, they're working a job they're not real happy with, and then they come and they graduate and they get jobs. It's a change in their lifestyle, not only their career, but a change in their lives that is just remarkable.
So this is how it all began. The Enterprising Women magazine and Monica Smiley, hats off, just an incredible concept, an incredible idea where for years and years now, she's been getting this incredible group of women together who are just world changers. And listen, I mean, the proof's in the numbers, and we're talking about some of these women owning multi-million, if not billion-dollar companies, heads of these fantastic organizations. Everybody will appreciate this. So the founder of BuzzBalls was there, right? Marilee, I think is her name. Super cool gal. And we talked about BuzzBalls on our podcast this week, Marketabilities. If you haven't, check it out. This is you know her, huh? Rob, you know this girl?
No.
Who approved that picture, by the way?
Weren't me.
It's ridiculous. I think you took that picture and you edited it and you sent you made up all this stuff.
Yeah, none of that's right. None of that's accurate.
Good job, though. You got us in the magazine. Yeah. I love that. You need this. You need to be doing business with these people because they're all just remarkable. All right, so this show is meant to make you laugh. We cry sometimes. Brandon had to, how long did that edit take you? I think I broke down a couple weeks ago. He just took all that out. He goes, we have no room for that. We don't cry on this show. We bottle everything up.
We watch it later.
Yeah, like Christmas time. Usually at our Christmas parties, we watch all the crying segments. But anyway, yeah, fun show. So to ensure that you laugh today, everyone here, the entire cast and crew, they've decided, with the help of Lucas, our audio engineer.
Hello, guys.
Hello.
It's me. It's Lucas.
It's Lucas. I think by now they know who you are. I love how every time we have him do a tease or he's on the show, he's like, hey, everyone, it's me, Lucas.
Hey, guys. Welcome back to the Spiel. It's me. It's Lucas.
Right? What? You want to sit on my lap here?
Hey, guys. It's me. It's Lucas. It's your host.
You got
I'm
one
just happy
butt
to be
cheek on
here.
me. You are happy to be here.
I'm just happy to be here.
You are.
Oh, are we ready?
We are. I think we're in it. We're rolling.
Who's going first?
I want to, but I lost my joke. Darn it.
You told us to be ready.
I did
Can I
tell
go
you to be
last?
ready. Yeah, you can go last. Okay, something about, I'm just going to say this because, we had talked about trying to perform in commercials. We talked about how great Ryan is, Ryan Patrick, who came in, and I love the story about him.
I thought that was you.
With Ryan? That was Ryan last week.
Oh, okay. Oh, Rob Photoshop really confused me
Oh, at
in the
beginning of
intro.
show.
Yeah,
Very,
it totally threw me off.
Hello, I'm Angie Wyatt.
So that only took like 4 hours, Ryan. So that was one heck of an edit. But anyway, along those lines, and you've seen now obviously that I can't act, right, in commercials, but along those lines, here we go, everybody. Why do we tell actors to break a leg?
Because we can't stand them.
Every film has a cast.
Yes, every play has a cast. Good job, Brandon. Did you look at the same joke site that I did? Dang it. See? And what are the chances? All right, so mine apparently got a little response. Safe to say?
It was great.
Thanks.
I'm
Lucas.
really proud of you
Thank
for
you,
looking
thank
that
you.
up.
All right, go to Brandon then. Brandon's got something to make our viewers laugh.
What's a pig's favorite karate technique?
The loin kick.
The pork chop. Ha ha.
That's not
I've got
good.
more animal
That's okay, Brandon.
jokes.
That's all right.
No, I've got a few more animal jokes.
I think one and done, right?
Give him one more. Give him one more.
Two and through.
Two and through.
Did you ever hear the one about the cow with no legs?
He was ground beef.
Dang it, Rob.
Dang it, Rob.
I'll go next. What do you get when you drop a pumpkin?
Squash.
Not the mumble.
That was Riley. Good job, Riley, on the uptick. Look at him standing over there like he's just not even thinking about it.
Well, I don't have any jokes.
You want to dance?
What are you going to do?
Do your dance. Do a kickworm. Do a spin. Do a Riley
Do
dance.
Mufasa.
Oh, don't do anything. Are you going to do something with your belly button? This is not appropriate.
Okay.
Yeah, I'm ready.
Mufasa.
What are we supposed to do with that?
I don't even know what that was. That was not. You got Jacob, who has been dying to turn the camera on himself. There he is.
What is ET short for?
Entertainment Tonight,
T.
extraterrestrial, extra.
It's because he has little legs.
I'm just so happy this isn't a comedy show. We'd be in trouble.
All right, Emily.
Well, I was going to tell you a vegetable joke, but I think it's too corny.
Oh, look at that. She just speaks with authority when it comes to that. All things on the patch, man. She knows it. All things on the patch.
You guys ready?
Yeah.
Why does Santa come down the chimney?
He can't fit in the front door.
You're actually close. You're actually close.
What is it?
He knows better than.
Wait, I don't think we can. That was a bleep. That's like, hey, Rob, the whole time it's like, rah, 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 rah. All right. Hey, guys, I promise if you tune in next week, we're going to just tell you something that happens on the day that we do the show, because everything else leading up to that point, it always goes by the wayside, because people like Tim text you at 4 in the morning. All right? Be good to one another. We'll see you next time.
You on Snapchat now?
Dude, I mean, I've been on Snapchat. Whether or not I snap on the chat, I mean, it's a thing. Right?
Who'd you just
My
Snapchat?
kid, man. I'm trying to be cool for my kid, okay?
And what did
My
he
kid.
think?
He's like, Mother, what do you do on Snap?
Spiel open, take one.